Hello dear participants, welcome to a new tutorial from Logi Owl. My name is Joseph and this is my dad Sami. We're going to be learning how to make a platformers game out of MIT Scratch. Platformers is a game where you can jump on different platforms and get gems and unlock new skins. Let's get started.
Thank you, Joseph. As mentioned, platformers is one of the games that the game styles that you might think of creating. So based on that style, you can create any type of games you like. But as I mentioned, this is a style more than style. That will give you some skills to deal with your character, the main character. Touching or hitting kind of obstacles and being able to apply some physics on it, like gravity and similar issue. So let's start directly and try to explore that together. So bear with us. Sorry, Joseph, that might take some time. So please, if this is too long for you, just break it to two parts, or we might be stopping in the middle if we saw that this is going beyond what we expected, time-wise. So let's start. I'll switch directly to Chrome and try to access or to create another. Okay, let's go to Scratch. And switching to Chrome. Okay. Sorry for that. Put that here, that there, and let's start. Okay. So create, and I'll be creating a new project. This is a little bit slow. Okay, so for that I will remove, as usual, our character from here, and let's try first. The first thing that you might think of during the creation of any type of platformers games is the platform itself.
Yes.
Okay, and then we will add to that platform the character itself and the movement and maybe multiple frames. We will start with the minimal approach. I will start by creating a sprite, and that will represent the platform itself. So going there, and I will name it. I will name here the platform itself as the platform, or let me name that levels layout. You're out of the frame, Joseph. Can you just move inside, just to be for people to be able to see you, and if you ask a question, level layout. Okay, so this is the level layout, and for that layout we are going to create any type of platforms that we like. I will start with a very simple example. So that will be, I will use mono color. That will be our main color, and I'll create as simple as possible because we need to make that tutorial very short. It will not be very short because that will take time. So imagine that this is our platform here. The thing with that type of platforms that you can create, as you see here, this is our first custom, and I'll name that level 1. And just to directly jump into the idea here, we can create as much as custom, and each custom will represent different levels. So I will create I'll duplicate that level here, and I'll create level 2 as example, and that will be something else, starting here, maybe there, and maybe 2 jumps, whatever. So different combination. Okay, and in my example, I'm just keeping that layout thing, I'm keeping the same size for a purpose. You can just do whatever you want. Even you can just use Even you can just use like any kind of curve you want, anything you want, like that level like doesn't have to be anything more than like a monocolor content. Do you want anything, Joseph?
No, I'm just doing this. What? It doesn't work.
Okay. Joseph is trying to go Control Z. Just to mention that in Scratch, Control Z will undo. Control Shift Z will redo the action.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Normally, Control Y is one of the options, but here Control Shift and Z. So this is two levels that we created. Now the next step is to be able to create the character itself. For the character itself, we'll make it as simple as possible. I'm going to create here the hero, our hero, and our hero will be a simple ball here, very simple, and with maybe legs. So create here the first leg. Oh, sorry. And the second leg. Okay. Now we will try to create like multiple custom to make that custom move later on. But for now, we are okay with only one custom. But you can just let him move as you like. And let's make that a little bit smaller just to make it. And I'm suggesting just to have a small eye here, just to make it a little bit like more appealing as a character. What type of hero is that without an eye? Okay, zooming in and creating the other one here.
Well, like it's really simple to like make a different custom and just move the legs.
Yeah, we can do that. If you think that we should do that now, we can do it now. But I'm trying to minimize the amount of work on that level. So if you think that this is what we need to do right now, we can do it, Joseph. Okay. And we can do it very simple, actually. Let's try. Okay, so that will be the custom one. I'll create a custom 2, duplicate. I'll create a custom 2 where that leg is coming there. And the next one will be similar to the custom 1, duplicate, and it will be something like this. And if we want to use like the other way, so we can replicate those 3 there.
Or no, like I meant like farther legs, like this. Because he's jumping.
Okay, for jumping we can create something else, but as I mentioned, I don't want to make it about creating that sprite, but since you mentioned it, it's very easy to do it like for that one. So what I'll do, I'll just Control A, I'll flip it to the other way. For that one, duplicate, and I'll flip it, Control A, flip. And for the last one also, I can just replicate that one, duplicate. So it will be this one and that one here and this one there, and the rest is there. So we can just have like the 2 ways with that. And if you think that we need to have like the jumping thing, we can add the jump one, and it will be something like duplicate, and the jumping will be something like this.
I can see.
Okay, and we can just duplicate that, move it to the last, and we can just name it or flip it, sorry. Control A, flip. Okay. Now we have all the customs. We have that character that is moving. We can add any kind of feature that we want. And let's now try to focus on what we need to do with that character. So the first thing that we should think of is creating the physical effect. The main thing that affect that character is the gravity. So we need to add the gravity as part of the things that affect that one. What's the like the main thing that will like what how the gravity will affect that person? It will drag him down with an acceleration, specific acceleration, which is the gravity itself. So what I will start by doing, so this is something that you need to do with each like kind of platformer game. The first thing that you should do, go to variable and create, I'll remove that default my variable thing, sorry, I'll delete it. Oh, I'm clicking rename. I'll delete it. I'll make a variable called gravity, and that will be holding the number, like the number related to the gravity. And since this is something that all the character will deal with the same way based on the mass of that person, so, and in our case I'll make it for all sprites, so it's available by everybody. Now something else that we need to apply for that one is the speed. Like it should have like y speed. So this is the speed of this character moving down. Okay.
Well, you said for all sprites, and the level layout is a sprite.
Sorry?
The level layout is a sprite.
No, the level layout actually is fixed. Like this is the kind of like terrain or any kind of obstacles, and normally those are fixed. Like they don't change their place. So those are not going down. So those barriers or those platforms are not going down. So we don't need to apply anything to it.
It says gravity for all sprites.
Gravity for all sprites, like it is accessible by all sprites, so everybody can access it. This is we call that the scope of the variable, so everybody can see that variable itself. Okay, so for now, for this one, we will apply the gravity. So what we will do is going directly to the code of that one. Sorry, I was speaking about creating something called, for that sprite only, I will be adding something called speed y. Okay, so this is the speed on y for that specific like character.
Speed x.
For now, I will keep it speed y because I'm focusing now on finalizing the gravity issue. Okay, then we will add that for the other sprite. So for that one, I will go with the sprite one speed y. So what I need to do is to make sure that this speed, so I will go with when the green flag is clicked, so forever, and I should be able to move that, or the speed of that one. Two things that I should do. I should accelerate with the gravity, because the gravity will affect the sprite and make his speed higher with time. So I need to do two things. I need to change, if we go to that variable, I need to change the gravity, sorry, I need to change the speed y by gravity. So based on the gravity, I'll be changing the speed of the y speed, and in the same time, this is something that should happen forever. And also, I need to change the position of that sprite with time also, to make it like go change with that specific speed. So I need to say here go, I'll go to the motion, and I'll say set or change y by what? The speed y. Okay, for that to be like okay, I need to set the gravity itself. Now gravity is 0, so adding anything to 0, like to anything, it will be nothing. So normally I will add I will give gravity a value, so set gravity to, and I need to set the place where that character will show up at the beginning of the game, so to a specific place. So I'm sorry, I'm setting the gravity here, and I should set the speed y. So the speed y, normally it's good practice to set all your variables at the beginning, so speed y is 0. Okay. So for that also, I'm going to apply a minimal change here on my platform. I'm going to the custom itself, and I'm raising that a little bit to make one of my, since the character will be starting from 0, 0, I'm removing one of my platform, or I'm moving one of my platform to be directly under that character here. Okay, so, or away a little bit down. Okay, now let's start.
But that one's thicker than all the others.
Sorry, yeah, I might have changed that during the dragging. Is it okay now? It doesn't matter. Like this is also does not have to be like the real one. I will give you the hints on how to create the real one. Maybe for the real one you need to have like kind of grass or to add anything else to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So for that here, I'm going to add the gravity. So going back to the code, to the sprite itself, I'll name it hero. Okay. So for our hero, to like set gravity to 0, set speed y to 0. So I cannot set the gravity to 0 because the gravity is fixed, and I'll set it to a minus value. Why? Because it's going down. Okay. So it will be minus value, and I'll set it for now to 0.5. Okay, we can change it based on the behavior of our character.
Wait,
okay?
That's minus 5.
Minus 0.5, 0.5. If you want me to add 0, I can add that to make it more obvious. 0.5. Okay?
Where was the point?
It's there. Don't worry. It's there. Oops. Okay. We don't want people to be afraid from us zooming our faces into the camera. Okay, so and now the speed y, even the speed y, if the speed y is 0, like having that affecting, like since we're changing by speed y, so the value of speed will be going lower and lower, and will affect the y value. Okay, so if I run that, I will notice that our character will drop down, will go down, and you will notice that here, if I, so, and it's faster with time. So look at our character. Ooh. So
but
it's
what
faster.
is changing?
Sorry?
The y speed y.
The speed y.
Changing.
It is changing because
down.
like we didn't add anything to stop it from changing. Okay, we didn't add any colliding thing to it. Okay, so what we need to do, like based on having the speed lower, I think we should go a little bit higher with our value here, minus 0.8 maybe, and let's try that. Oop. It's okay. Yeah. So now we need to make sure that a collision with this platform will cause something. Okay. So what we will do is, if it touches, so that change will not happen unless we are not touching the platform. Okay, so what we will do here, I'll go to the to the code, and I'll add the if touching platform, so this will be sensing, if touching what? Levels layout. If touching levels layout, do nothing, else change by that. So what's nothing? What's the thing that we should do here? Stop meaning it's setting the speed y to 0, and we will see later. We have to do something, but we'll see what is that something there. The gravity will not be changing because it's fixed. Normally when you are on the same planet, this is fixed. Okay. So the speed y, so set speed y. So going back to the variable, and we're setting speed y. Setting speed y to 0. Okay. So let's try now. Oop.
Well, like its legs is getting stuck.
Yes. So What is that? Like it shouldn't like it should directly after having him like uh, before having like touch the that one he should be able to like recover his place. So what we will do, and this is something that
maybe because of his legs, it's like this.
doesn't matter, Baba, because like when you touch it, it should stop. The issue is depend on the amount we are jumping with, and you see here sometimes it. Sorry.
Why is it just teleporting down?
Okay. You see each time it's changing to something else, like going down because the value is down. So what we should do if it is touching level layout, so that the speed y should be 0, and even we shouldn't like we should maybe set the gravity to 0. I don't know, like is it better to set the gravity also to 0?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that will prevent anything from happening for now. Like this is only something that I'm checking, so set gravity to 0. So it's not good practice, but now during our us dragging our character,
Well, no, you have to stop it.
yeah, because if it touch it once, so now if we run it, it's there. If we move it, run it again, it's there. Okay, you see that there's a difference.
Wait, but why?
Yeah, because normally, as I told you, when we move, it depends on the speed and how much that character jumped down. So we should be able to stop it before going there. Or we should, if he just started to drown there, just without anybody knowing, just to raise it up. Okay? So this is what we will do. So normally, if this is touching, so we will check. We will check. Since it's touching, we check that it's touching. So for that, we will say here, we will go into a loop, and that is the loop here, and we will say repeat until, and we'll try to change y till he's not touching anymore. Okay, with that, we will make sure that he's not touching anymore and he's not drowning.
Do -0.
Where's -0?
Like, no, put set speed to -0.
Set speed to -0. It doesn't matter. 0 and -0 are the same.
-1.
-1. No, I don't want to change that here. I wanted to change it just only to be able to escape that platform a little bit. Okay, if I change the speed, it will go down again. Okay, so what I will change is not the speed. I will just say repeat until and not touching, sensing, and I'll add before sensing I'll add not touching, and again sensing and touching. Where's touching? Okay, touching and level layout. I want it to go up. Okay, up. And here I will say change y, and this is, I'm sorry, that should go to the motion. Change y by, not to, change y by, and here since we're talking about going up, so it will be like maybe 5, 2, 1, 1. So it will keep going up till it's not there anymore. And there's a good practice that we need, like since gravity is like a float number, so it is not an integer, it's not a full number 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's good practice when we move or change with the speed. So we will change that result to be sealed. So we will use sealing. Sealing is the way to get rid of the like decimals after the comma, like the point, like the decimal point. So I will go to operators and I'll use the sealing operator. Sealing. Okay, let's try that now. Change y, blah 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 blah. So run, Now, if you see, if we run it, going down, we can make that faster a little bit. 3. Oops, 2.
Maybe like a little bit faster.
Now, like how fast this is done is like affected by how much we're like repeating that. But normally we're repeating that very fast. We can just set the gravity to higher value, like 2.
What the?
-2, I'm sorry.
It just went whoop.
Yeah, it goes up. This is when we don't have gravity at all. Okay, so -2, and we can just minimize the amount of forever, like we can wait a little bit
Well,
here.
it's floating.
Yeah, we can wait. Where's waiting? Control, wait, 4.1. Okay, and now you see here, if we just run that, okay, too
slow.
Too slow. Why is that too slow?
0.3.
I don't think that we should. I'm wondering why that is too slow.
0.3. Let's do 0.3.
0.1, 0.3 as you mentioned. 0.3 you mean, yeah?
Yeah.
0.3.
You did 0.03.
Yeah, 0.03 should be like, it's not 0.3, or maybe we can remove the weighting anyway. I think removing the weighting is the best thing. But I'm wondering why it's too slow.
Now try.
Anyway, so, and this will give like a little bit of like feeling that this is kind of jumping on his legs. So now another thing that we might need to do here is just to add like kind of maybe I will add to that level a big floor here. That will help also to not use the edge as one of the way to stop the character from going down. So even if I do something like this, boom. If I do something like this, boom. Okay.
But like make a little bit longer.
Yeah. So yeah. So what I will do, I'm not trying to create a full game here, but let's try to move our character. Okay. So since we are speaking about a mobile game, I will always focus on doing things mobile way. Okay. So what we will add is only 2 buttons. Okay, 1 button to the left and 1 button to the right, and we'll try using that platform to like check how our character will behave. Okay, so what I will do here, I will add directly a button here. Oh, sorry, I will add that as sprite, and it will be that one here. And just to make it different from our platform, so I will move that here, that there, that there, or maybe just delete that. I'm just creating a button for the left and the right. Okay. And
that's not left, that's up.
No, it's left, and we will make it, and we will make it more left now. Just maybe if we do something like this. As I mentioned, I'm not trying here to create something sophisticated, but just trying to show you the platform and how to create the platform and how to play with that a little bit. Excuse me. So that is our left button. So I'll move that here and I'll call it left. And I'll create another one and call it right. So I'll duplicate that one. I'll Control A, flip it, and that would be the right. And we can make those smaller, but like it's okay to leave those as is. It's only for trial. So we just can put the whole platform up there in a way, and use that place to put the score, put anything else. So just to make it more, as I said, mobile driven type of game. Okay. So with that in mind,
well, like if you put that like character under it, it'll just go up.
yeah, if you just, because we did add that, like it will flow that
Well,
way.
like if you put it all the way under.
All the way under, it will, all the way under. If it's not touching, it will go down. Okay. And this is the main idea. If it's not touching, so, but the problem will come in a specific way, and I will show you how this will be resolved. So so this is right and left. So let's put some code on those. So for the right one, the code is, if it is, let's check if it is touching mouse pointer.
That's on
Sensing, touching, oh, touching mouse pointer. And if, let's go with a repeat forever. Ta-da, forever. And if it is touching mouse pointer, if, where's that if, we don't need the else. Do we need the else?
No.
Let's now keep the else, no problem with that if it doesn't contain anything. If touching mouse pointer, let's go right. Okay, so for going right, I'll do something. I'll use something else for that specific character, and I'll name it. I will name it like the speed X. Sorry, and I'll be using that here in the variable, and I'll name that make variable as speed X. Okay, and this is accessible for that only, and I will be adding some value to speed X or changing speed X. But how this is done, by sending messages, because like this is different like kind of sprite, so I will be using messages between those. So for this is for the right, if touching mouse pointer, so this is the right, so send the message, so broadcast. Let's go to control, and I don't remember where that's broadcast message. Control broadcast message, maybe there. Yes, broadcast new message moving right. Okay.
Are you gonna add another one that's gonna say
Yes, I'm
left?
just going to drag that here directly to that block here, and instead of that, I will broadcast new message moving left. And based on moving right and left,
And did you copy it or did you just?
just drag it. Yeah, it's there. It's there. Both of them are there. Okay. Now in the hero part here, I'll create another sequence. It doesn't have to be the same. So this is to control the right and left. Okay. So I'll be going to maybe duplicate all that. I don't need the gravity for now, for this one. I'll set the speed Y, the speed X to 0. Forever if touching, so it's not if touching, like this is, let's keep, no, we don't need to keep that for now, let's use if, I'm sorry, I'll throw all that away, and I'll use if, then else, if I received, okay, let's start with like for that one. If I receive, I'm suggesting to throw that away. So no, if I receive, move the message, move right. I'll set speed X to 2 as example. Okay.
Why is it running?
Sorry.
Why is it running?
I'll stop it. Okay, so I will set speed X. Where's that? set speed x to 2. Okay, if I replicate that, if it is left, I'll set it to -2. Okay, yes. So with that, the speed x, but I needed the place where I will be adding x value, like the speed x to my current position. So what I will say, if I'll not be using anything here, I will be just adding. There's lots of things to add to add also, but what I will be changing here is only move, no, not move, I'm sorry, set or change x by speed x. Okay, speed x. Okay, let's try now. If we go right, so no, first it's too slow. Second, it is like it should be inversed.
Touching, it's like going like
-2, and this is 2, and I think 2 is 2.
But Dad,
yes,
like this like goes this. If you like just touch it once, it just keeps on going.
Yeah, you want us when we're not touching it to stop.
Yes.
So let's say if like change x by speed x, and we can add here something called broadcast move left, else stop, else broadcast duplicate, broadcast a message in stop. Okay, stop. Okay, and we can depend on the stop value, like moving left, moving right, and this is what this one is also should have duplicate and stop. And now if I receive stop here on that one, if I yeah, so if forever, like if I receive that and I'll duplicate this, if I received stop, so speed x equals 0, but those numbers should be higher, so I'll make that -6 and 6 maybe here. Let's try that now. So right, left, left is why left is not working. I guess if we separate that, just not make it part of the equation here. Let's say here if I'll remove that stop here and try to run it again. I think this stop is the thing that is affecting the issue here. So yeah, so it's going both way to the right. Why? So this is going to the right and this is going to the right too. So both of them are going to the right, even though we're setting the speed to 6 and -6. So both of them are adding 6. Why is that? Let's go back. Right. Okay, this should be moving right and this one should be moving left. Let's try now. Let's try now. Now this is moving right and this is moving left. We should inverse those. I'm keeping the stop only on one of them. And the issue was us using 2 stops, and with those 2 stops are killing each other. So now everything is working fine.
But he's floating.
Okay, he shouldn't be floating. He shouldn't be floating. This is one of the things that we should
If he lands up there and he moves, he's just floating.
Okay, because we set the y speed to 0, you remember?
Oh.
So we should be checking after moving that if it is still touching, we should be, if it's not touching, we should set y again to to be like I'm sorry, the gravity again to be activated.
Yes.
Okay, so let's say here when moving, let's set gravity. So if we move any way, so if we receive any of those messages, let's set gravity again to a value, the original value, which was, you remember, 5. What was the value that we set the gravity to? -2. -2. So let's set the gravity again to -2 if we received any movement. So here, set the gravity to -2. -2 here. And duplicate. -2. And for stopping, we don't need to set it to anything. Okay. Now let's try that. Okay. Now running, moving left. Okay.
It's like jumping.
Yeah, because each time he's touching something, he's climbing on it.
Yeah. So
Let's first change the to make it more like active, just to make the based on left or right to change the custom. Okay. So let's say here. So here we will check if speed x, based on the value of the speed x. Let's go to the check if speed x if speed x equal or greater is speed x. So we were knowing that we are moving right or left. If speed x is greater than 0, so we're moving right. Okay, if custom number greater than 8, custom number equal 5. And this is both of those based off on if x is greater than 0 or x is lower than 0. Now it's okay. Okay, and with any way we should be using next custom. Let's put it there, next custom. No, because we cannot. What if it is standing? So I will add if, a final if. I'm sorry, this is confusing a little bit, and this is not the body, like the main thing that we were working on. If speed x not equal 0, if not, and I'll add the not here, not speed x equals 0, so it's moving, and that is speed x here. If not, speed x equals 0, next custom. So with that, now it will be moving to the next custom, but based on what type of if it is greater than 0 or lower than 0, that will change. Anyway, like the idea is here, I don't want to waste more time on that. So the idea here is we're going there on the platform, and you see like it's climbing. And why it's climbing? Because it is when it is hitting the platform, it's going down, it's floating over that, because we added that. So this is not something that we want all the time, but this will be our like only example for now. Next step we will be making that more sophisticated, but for today we will be this is enough. I just want to show when changing the layout, so we can change, if we change the layout at any time, if we go with that custom and change it to the different custom, this will follow directly the new level. So this can be totally new level. You see here, if we run that, it is working totally on that. Okay, so this is only
really easy, because you just need to walk.
Yeah, we can just make that longer, bigger, and do whatever we want. But for now, I don't want to make it too long. I just added the way to like show how the collision is done. I'm sorry for the time wasted on like doing that character thing. We should be able to do it like better anyway. Joseph is testing that. Okay. So that's all for our session for today. I'll try to complete that and go to further details on how to make it like perfect. This is not perfect for sure now. So to make it more perfect, to make it more structured, we can just add blocks to prevent ourselves from going into lots of details. So I'll be trying to re-explain what's happening and make it more reusable for all your platformers games. Thanks again for seeing the video, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Joseph.